Hello friends, welcome to Lukman IS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 30th May 2021. Let us see which are the important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, these are the important articles for mains purpose and for prelims purpose. Let us take overview of all these articles first, then we will go into details. First, the center WhatsApp tussle over new IT rules. Now, we know that on Sunday's newspaper, two important pages, FAQ page and science and technology page, important for our examination. On page number 11, FAQ page, this article is in detail explaining the center WhatsApp tussle that is going on over new IT rules. So, we will understand what are the arguments of WhatsApp company, what are the arguments of the government regarding implementation of these rules from governance perspective, GS2 paper. Next, The Hindu Explainer on page number 6, recall of Chief Secretary unprecedented. So, recently the central government or the DOPT issued notice to the Chief Secretary of West Bengal to report a central government, or we can say secretariat. So, basically DOPT. So, it is explaining what are the rules that DOPT invoked here, and yes, how the center state administrative relations are getting impacted because of such action, the analysis of this particular notice that is issued by the central government here. Okay, so we will try to understand from polity perspective here. Then Sri Lanka faces marine disaster after ship fire. Yes, from environment perspective, marine pollution, this particular ship of Singapore, basically it was carrying the plastic raw material, and after the fire accident, now the continuous dousing of fire is going on, and it is actually impacting the coastal ecology of Sri Lanka in that region. So, we have to understand from GS3 paper environment section marine pollution. Then specifically prelims related articles on page number 5 of magazine supplement on Sunday's newspaper. Important articles related to art and culture and history appear on this magazine page or supplement. A Sanskrit classic from Kashmir revisited in Malayalam. One particular book review that is going on here, it is the book wherein Raj Tarangani, the Sanskrit book written by Kallana, 12th century book, it is now translated into Malayalam language. So, we have to take input here, what is this Raj Tarangani and who has written it, in which language it is written. So, from history perspective it is important. Then Surya Kiran aerobatic display team completes 25 years. So, that is why it was in news, some basic information about this exercise, or we can say display team Surya Kiran. And lastly, COVID-19 related developments, some prelims pointers. Whenever we find that the whole article is not relevant, but some important information from that article can be taken and remembered for our prelims examination, we are adding such prelims pointer for our examination. Then lastly, daily prelims MCQs from today's current affairs for practice purpose. Next, let us go into details of all these articles one by one. Center WhatsApp tussle over new IT rules. Let us try to understand. Recently, we know that these IT rules, Information Technology Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code Rules 2021, these were notified by the government in February 2021, and recently the last date to implement its provision and comply over these provisions of rules was 25th May. And now the government of India had sought the compliance of these rules and its details within next 15 days. Okay, so yes, now WhatsApp company has filed a suit in Delhi High Court, and there are some arguments put forward by WhatsApp over the implementation of these rules, how it impacts the right to privacy of the individual, fundamental right and human rights, all these aspects, arguments we will try to understand, and what are the arguments by the government in bringing these laws. Let us try to understand this. Okay. What is WhatsApp problem with information technology? Basically, the problem here is related to first thing that there is one clause of traceability. Okay, so according to one of the provisions of this rule, it talks about that these social media platforms have to trace the originator of the content whenever the government asks to or any court order asks to. Okay, so originator of the content. So this traceability clause in these rules is problematic according to WhatsApp. According to WhatsApp, it affects right to privacy of the individual. Why right to privacy? Because all the conversations that are happening on this platform, they are end to end encrypted. This policy is followed by WhatsApp platform, end to end encryption, and this is how the trust of users is built by these platforms, that their information is not divulged to third party. Okay, so this end to end encryption is now supposed to be decrypted for the purpose of finding this originator. Okay, and that's why the concern of right to privacy. The second important concern here is that according to WhatsApp, it also affects human rights. Traceability clause also affects human rights. Okay, how it affects human rights? Because of this traceability clause, any innocent person can be also we can say caught by the government as an originator and has to face many such legal problems. Okay, so it affects the legal right also. Along with that, we have to also understand that WhatsApp opposed the traceability on first, second ground, and third ground. It is saying that it is not that effective. It is not that effective. Why? WhatsApp is saying that many people, for example, download the content from the internet and then post on the internet, or we can say social media platform like WhatsApp, or suppose a person comes across any news on the website, then it takes a screenshot and then sends on to friends and relatives or any group on the WhatsApp, and that person will be called as originator of that content. However, that person may have innocently sent that or to verify the information from the peers on the WhatsApp. Something like that may have happened, and therefore the innocent people will be basically traced as the originator of that content. However, we have to understand this is not going to be effective. At the same time, the WhatsApp is also saying that the present mechanism, inbuilt mechanism, in-house mechanism of WhatsApp coordinates with the law enforcement agencies over finding the originator of the content or removal of the antisocial content or that content which may result into violence, law and order problem, right? So yes, the continuous coordination between this in-house mechanism of WhatsApp with the law enforcement agencies already going on. Then why there is need of additional burden on social media platforms? These are the arguments put forward by WhatsApp company. Now, what are the arguments? How has the government of India responded to it? Now, recently we have seen the first thing that our IT minister, electronics and IT minister, recently said that India or the government is committed to protect privacy rights of the people. However, it has also responsibility to ensure law and order and national security. First argument, official statement by IT minister, union IT minister. Second argument is that no fundamental right is absolute. All of them comes with some reasonable restrictions, including right to privacy recognized by Supreme Court as inalienable right under Article 21, right to life. Okay, so no fundamental right is absolute, they comes with reasonable restrictions, and this is a reasonable restriction, or we can say under reasonable restrictions right to privacy can be violated by the state, especially to protect the security of the country, or we can say ensuring law and order. The third thing that the government has said that the traceability provision will be used as measure of last resort, as a measure of last resort. That means when other alternatives are not available, then the government will use this traceability approach. This is how we can say that the argument provided by Government of India, this is called as test of proportionality, on the basis of test of proportionality or proportionality test. Depending on the nature of crime, at the same time depending on the alternatives available, such kind of measure will be taken by the government. Okay, so the government is saying that it will not be used arbitrarily. Okay, there will not be abuse of this provision. These are the arguments provided by Government of India. Now, for example, if suppose the question is asked in the exam, discuss the concerns raised by social media companies about new IT rules 2020. So, earlier we discussed the concerns raised by WhatsApp company. You need to know about them. You need to know about the recent tussle between Government of India and Twitter company regarding all these provisions also. Along with that, yes, recent some instances you can mention in your answer, and you also need to understand why government is bringing these rules and the arguments provided by the government also, right? Yes. So, GS2 paper governance part, this is very important. Now, recall of Chief Secretary unprecedented. Yes, the context of the article is that recently on 28th May, DOPT, Department of Personnel and Training under Ministry of Personnel directed West Bengal Chief Secretary to report to its office at North Block in Delhi by 10 am on 31st May. Now, such kind of, let's say, notice has been issued, and this direction or directives given to Chief Secretary, to some extent it is being said that goes against the spirit of federalism or center-state administrative relations. Let us try to understand some factual information. What is the rule cited by DOPT? The rule cited by DOPT is Rule 6 under Rule number 6(1), okay, under All India Services Cadre Rules 1954. Rule 6 under All India Services Cadre Rules 1954. This particular rule says that whenever the central government wants any particular officer to depute any All India service, or we can say civil servant on the basis of deputation to central government or any other state government, then with concurrence with the particular officer along with the state government, such kind of action can be taken according to this rule. However, the other provision or clause in this rule says that when there is conflict between central and state government regarding such deputation of the employees, or we can say All India service officers, then the central government's directive prevails. This is, we can say that the ultimate control ultimate control lies with center. Okay. Now, when were the rules framed? These particular rules were framed, first of all India Services Act was enacted by the Parliament in 1951. Under this act, these rules, All India Services Cadre Rules 1954 were notified, and this particular rule 6(1) particular clause was added later on in 1969. Later on in 1969. Now, what has been the practice so far? What has been the practice so far? So, let us try to understand here. Up till now, the practice is that, first thing you need to know, when officer is not willing or we can say deputation is not against the will of officer. Okay. What happens generally is a wish list, or we can say eligible candidates, these officers their name list is prepared by the central government, and then this list is generally prepared in concurrence or bringing the state government on the board, and then the different ministries and departments select these officers from this list for their deputation purpose. Okay, this is the practice that is followed, but you need to know that in general deputation is not against the will of the officer. Okay, so this is the general practice. What if the officer refuses to comply with the order? Rules are silent about this. Rules are silent on this, that there is no particular rule regarding any punishment by the central government or state government. However, the rule 7 of this cadre rules, they specifically talks about the punishment, or we can say disciplinary action, especially by the state government when these let us say directives of the state governments are not followed by the officer, All India Service officer, when it is posted for in that cadre and not on deputation. That means the officer is working for the state government at present. Then the state government can initiate such disciplinary actions. Okay, so when the officer refuses to comply with the order of the central government regarding this deputation, there is no rule regarding any kind of action taken. Now, analysis. When we are talking about the analysis here, the experts are saying that this is unusual, unprecedented move by the central government. To some extent, it is going to affect center-state administrative relations. Along with that, it is also being said that when this particular chief secretary was going to retire on 31st May, then why such order of deputation was invoked? Along with that, whether central government can take any action if the chief secretary refused to follow this particular directives after retirement also. After retirement also, can there be any action by the central government, disciplinary action? This is also the moot issue, we can say, or we have to understand from this aspect. Fine. Earlier also, actually, when there was attack on BJP Chief JP Nadda's convoy in West Bengal during the campaigning time, 3 such IPS officers were also asked for a deputation to the central government. However, the state government did not relieve them. So, such kind of instances, the tussle between center and state over the administrative relations also that is happening, especially for all India services, okay, IAS and IPS officers. IAS and IPS officer, IAS and IPS officer or all India services servants, they are recruited by the central government, their terms of conditions are decided by the central government, and they are actually working in the state cadres. Okay, this is the situation, we know about the basics, and we will have follow up further what is going to happen, what are the different actions by the state and central government on this issue. Now, Sri Lanka faced marine disaster after ship fire. So, one of the ship, commercial vessel of Singapore, caught fire off the coast of Sri Lanka, and it was actually carrying the plastic raw material, and the debris is now moving towards coast and devastating the local environment. So, it is a major incident of marine pollution, especially in the island country of Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka. Marine pollution. Okay. So, yes, tiny polyethylene pallets threaten tourism beaches and fish breeding in shallow waters. And therefore, Sri Lanka has banned fishing in the 80-kilometer stretch of the coast near ship that has been burning since last 10 days despite international firefighting operations. Okay, so this is the problem that we have to understand here. This plastic pollution, this is very difficult to we can say that control once it is spreading in the sea. Okay, we can understand the other type of marine pollution by such breaking of ships, oil containers, that is oil spills. Okay, oil pollution, oil spills. However, the oil floats on the surface, to some extent it is comparatively easy to remove that oil. However, here this small plastic granules, they are going to spread throughout the ocean, and they will be ingested by the fish and other marine animals. It is going to have impact on marine ecosystem, food web, food chains, and it may enter into or we can say humans through this food chain. We have seen such kind of thing in Minamata disease in Japan. What happened there is the industrial effluents with mercury entered into the ocean bay, okay, and continuous effluents flowing for years and years, that has resulted into bioaccumulation of mercury among the fish species and further biomagnification of this mercury, which is very harmful, and then entering into let us say that final consumption by humans in that food cycle. Okay, so what happens because of that? The concentrated chemicals entering into humans after final consumption affecting the neurological system of humans, causing Minamata disease. The name is given for that particular place. Okay, so there was later on Minamata Convention, especially regarding such marine pollution of heavy metals like mercury. Okay, so yes, we have to understand such kind of things happen when the heavy metals or these pollutants enter into excuse me, marine food chain and then enters ultimately into humans through human consumption. This is ultimately affecting humans. Okay, so marine pollution prevention and control is very important, not only for ensuring or protecting marine ecology, but also ultimately humans also. Okay. Next, a Sanskrit classic from Kashmir revisited in Malayalam. Okay, so recently a book published here, translation of this Raj Tarangini 12th century historical chronicle was translated into Malayalam language. This Raj Tarangini, basic information, already UPSC has asked in prelims examination question on Raj Tarangini. It is historical chronicle of northwestern Indian subcontinent, particularly the kings of Kashmir. Basically, it is the only document available for the showing, or we can say explaining history of Kashmir region or kings of Kashmir. It was composed in Sanskrit language by Kalhana, 20th century AD. Okay, so more precise 1149 or 48 AD. Okay, yes, and Kalhana in this book criticized policies of many kings in this chronicle. Okay, so in general we know that these poets or writers, authors, they generally praise the policies, praise the kings. If you are talking about the Haricharita by Bana Bhatta or other such biographies written by these poets, these writers of the kings, they praise the kings, right? However, the Kalhana in this Raj Tarangini has generally criticized the policies and administration of these kings ruling over Kashmir region. Okay, so this information is important. Now, dazzling the skies, Surya Kiran aerobatic display team completes 25 years. So yes, some basic information. Surya Kiran team, aerobatic display team, it was raised on 27th May 1996. Okay, so other additional information, it completed 25 years. In March 2021, team flew very special 75 formation with 17 aircraft to commence 75th Independence Day celebration. Okay, so yes, next year we are going to celebrate this 75th Independence celebration. So event was, this year on 15th August, 75th Independence Day, 75 weeks to go for 75th Independence Day. Okay, so this is how the significance. Along with that, it is also performing across the country to commemorate Liberation War of Bangladesh 1971, 50 years. Okay, background, Surya Kiran, which means rays of sun in Sanskrit, it was raised in 1996 at Indian Air Force Air Base in Bidar, Karnataka with 6 Kiran Mk2 trainer aircraft. Team was disbanded in 2011. Later, it was again resurrected in 2015. Fine. At Aero India 2021, Surya Kiran teamed up with Sarang helicopter display team. Sarang helicopter display team. Surya Kiran aircraft, Sarang helicopter display team. In world's first ever integrated display of 9 aircrafts and 4 helicopter teams. Along with that, their first foreign display, Surya Kiran's first foreign display was for Sri Lanka Air Force Day in Colombo in 2001. Fine. So this miscellaneous part, we can expect such kind of question. Out of 100 question, 1 question can be from general knowledge, general awareness also. Fine. Yes. COVID-19 related developments, authorities in Vietnam have detected new coronavirus variant. That is the combination, that has the combination of Indian and UK COVID-19 variants and spreads quickly by air, the Vietnam health minister has said. Now again, in future we may expect such kind of variants, new variants. Yes, we will have follow up on this. Researchers at Indian Institute of Technology Hyderabad have approved mass production of oral solution to treat black fungus. It is also at affordable cost with 60 mg tablets likely to cost at rupees 200 only. This is good development. Further mass production will happen through incubation of this technology. Prelims pointers, habitat guilds are the groups of bird species that have common habitat preferences. They are called as habitat guilds. Unique terminology used for them. Sagar Island is the biggest island of Sundarbans chain and site of famous Ganga Sagar Mela during Makar Sankranti. Very important, culturally significant and geographically located. You can see here West Bengal, map of West Bengal, then South 24 Parganas, this district, and then this part you can see in a zoomed in manner. This location is Sagar Islands. This location is Kakdweep. Okay, so Sagar Islands basically part of Sundarban Islands, largest among the Sundarban in the Sundarbans, and also we have to understand these are depositional islands. Depositional islands. Okay, so yes, this is very important in a sense, the famous Ganga Sagar Mela during Makar Sankranti. When we talk about the islands, there are 4 types of islands in the country. One, Andaman and Nicobar, having volcanic origin in Bay of Bengal. Second, coral origin, Lakshadweep Island, Arabian Sea. Third, depositional islands. Depositional island means these islands are formed because of depositions of sediment by the Himalayan rivers or be it peninsular rivers, right. So yes, these islands are formed. Then yes, the 4th one is actually riverine islands like Majoli. Riverine islands like Majoli in Assam. These were important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. For further information about the test series program of Lukman IAS, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.